Speaking of Microsoft, though, they have Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, or maybe he changed. He's the CEO of Microsoft Gaming. I don't know if that's the same thing. Either way, just a few days ago, he apparently wrote this post talking about what the future of the Activision Blizzard acquisition sort of looks like. It's not finalized. It's still going through. That is a huge purchase, right? So many different countries have to are having their, board of commerce and stuff like that look at that acquisition and they're combing through it, right? With a magnifying glass, right? And we've talked about that with Sony kind of being a baby about them acquiring Call of Duty and whatnot. And the little bits of drama between those two companies. But Phil Spencer wrote an article just straight up on it's a Microsoft blog post just titled Gaming for Everyone Everywhere, Our View on the Activision Blizzard Acquisition. And they just talk about how, we're excited to welcome these studios to our family and all that sort of stuff. But they do talk about Game Pass here. Where is this?
It's a long.
Oh, here, yeah. So they do talk about Game Pass and specifically about Activision Blizzard stuff coming to Game Pass. And so they said, we intend to make Activision Blizzard's much loved library of games, including Overwatch, Diablo, and Call of Duty, available in Game Pass, and to grow those gaming communities. By delivering even more value to players, we hope to continue growing Game Pass, extending its appeal to mobile phones and any connected device. So this was sort of not an odd move. It was just here's the confirmation that those things are going to be coming to Game Pass. I'll be curious to see how many Call of Duty games are going to be coming to Game Pass.
I would assume I would assume the backlog. I don't know what
the whole thing.
Yeah,
so dope.
I think that would be the smart thing to do with it is just a way to get more people to play those, get more people talking about them, a single place to play them. Now, Call of Duty does almost tend to lean towards the Nintendo side of things with it, them still being pretty expensive unless you buy them on a sale. They do tend to have legs,
they do
with them. But I don't know. I think that's just a way to get more people to play those games and to look at those single player things and to go back and see the history of Call of Duty. Because why not at this point? There's absolutely no reason to not to. But this does go with that idea that Xbox is not looking to just get exclusive after exclusive. It's looking to make its share of the market larger everywhere. It wants to be on multiple platforms. It wants to have that, the Microsoft Studios game on PlayStation, on Nintendo, on whatever when it comes up. They want to be everywhere because they know that's where the future is to be as easy and accessible as possible. And in doing this stuff, maybe they'll be, giving some games that will be on PlayStation, but Microsoft will grow. The more people buy Activision Blizzard games, the bigger Microsoft will be.
So, he goes on to write. Basically he, has heard, it says this, we will pursue a principled path. We've heard that this deal might take franchises like Call of Duty away from places where people currently play them. That's why, as we've said before, we are committing to making the same version of Call of Duty available on PlayStation on the same day the game launches elsewhere. We will continue to enable people to play with each other across platforms and across devices. We know players benefit from this approach because we've done it with Minecraft, which continues to be available on multiple platforms and has expanded to even more since Mojang joined Microsoft in 2014. As we extend our gaming storefront across new devices and platforms, we will make sure that we do so in such a manner that products that protects the availability of developers and the ability of developers to choose how to distribute their games. That's what you're saying. They're saying these games will be out on PlayStation, right? I don't know what, if this is specifically it here, but he did say that that Call of Duty will be that certain Call of Duties will be launching on PlayStation even after their current contracts are up. You know what I mean? Because they've got a few games scheduled with that sort of stuff. So after all of that, they are still going to be doing that, be launching those things. That's awesome. I don't know. Like, I think that's awesome. And I know that, like, Microsoft is a huge company and their bottom line is making money. But if they are doing that while also being able to, like, be great for consumers, like, I think that that's just an excellent move. And to me, like, a move that I don't think you would really see anywhere else. I don't think you would see that if Nintendo, not that Nintendo acquires a lot of studios, but if Nintendo acquired a studio, right? Like, I don't think they'd be like, well, they're still going to be able to launch games on other platforms. Or, I mean, Sony in particularly, right? They've talked about how Destiny is going to stay cross-platform, but whatever Bungie works on next is not going to be cross-platform, So I don't know. I just think that this is a really cool step, especially for Call of Duty, such a big franchise that people play in so many different places, right? It's just that, hey, don't want to pay for it? Come play it on Game Pass. Get an Xbox,
Yeah, and
So, I don't know.
as what you're saying, like, this is like that fine line that happens in the world of when the consumer interest and the business interest are one and the same, right? Like, Microsoft will make money if this thing can be available everywhere.
Yep.
They will make more money if it's available everywhere. So Microsoft is going to do what's going to be best for their wallets, and thankfully, Game Pass is good for their wallets and good for me, the consumer. So this is great. I do think Phil Spencer from the beginning has been so good at transparency and communication in his role. And I think the one thing, whether it's going to, 10 years from now, maybe it's something else, but like they clearly have a vision for video games and they are doing everything they can to keep that vision alive and consistent. So this is great.
And unrelated, I find Phil Spencer to be just like a generally charming guy. You know what I mean? It's like anytime he shows up in any of these presentations, it's always like, what do you have to say, man? Like, I want to hear it. Like you seem like you're a good hang,
Yeah, I agree.